So it really is a proposal, but it's a very steep proposal. I said that I may have to increase the section, and by the way, everybody across the board, businesses, everybody's getting a tax cut, especially the middle class. And I said that I may have to increase it on the wealthy. I'm not going to allow it to be increased on the middle class. Now, if I increase it on the wealthy, that means they're still going to be paying less than they pay now. I'm not talking about increasing from this point. I'm talking about increasing from my tax proposal.
Key distinction. Key distinction.
And Chuck Todd understood that totally, and yet they released information like I'm looking to increase the taxes. They will be getting a reduction, but the big reduction is going to be for business and for the middle class, because the middle class is being decimated in our country. So it was totally misrepresented just now by you, and it was misrepresented, frankly, by NBC.
Hold on,
actually, Chuck Todd, when I corrected him on the show, and he put it on, and yet they go then and talk about like I'm giving a tax increase for the wealthy. I'm not. I said they may have to pay somewhat more than my proposal.
I understand.
My proposal is much less than people are paying right now. You understand that?
I totally understand. But when something is reported a certain way, and I ask you about it and give you the opportunity to correct it, that's not me misrepresenting. That's giving you the opportunity you want, which is to tell the audience what you say the truth is.
That was really misrepresented. I'll tell you, this was
about the minimum wage?
And that's the buyback of debt. I said if we can buy back government debt at a discount, in other words, if interest rates go up and we can buy bonds back at a discount, if we are liquid enough as a country, we should do that. In other words, we can buy back debt at a discount. People said, I want to go and buy debt and default on debt. And I mean, these people are crazy. This is the United States government. First of all, you never have to default because you print the money. I hate to tell you, okay? So there's never a default. But the point is, it was reported in the New York Times incorrectly.
That you said you would go to creditors and make them take less.
It was reported in the failing New York Times and other places that I want to default on debt. You know, I'm the king of debt. I understand debt better than probably anybody. I know how to deal with debt so very well. I love debt, but you know, debt is tricky and it's dangerous, and you have to be careful and you have to know what you're doing. But let me just tell you, if there's a chance to buy back debt at a discount, U.S. debt, in other words, interest rates go up and the bonds go down, and you can buy debt. That's what I'm talking about. People had it. The Times and others wrote, oh, Trump wants to go and see creditors and buy debt at a discount. Now, there could even be a time when somebody comes in, but with the government, they're never going to walk in and say, do me a favor, would you buy my debt at a discount? In business, that happens all the time. I bought mortgages back when the market went bad. I bought mortgages back at tremendous discounts, and I love doing that. I mean, there's nothing like it. Actually, it gives me a great thrill. But in the United States, with bonds, that won't happen because, you know, in theory, the market doesn't go down so that you default on debt, and that's what happens. So here's the story, just to have it corrected. If we have an opportunity where interest rates go up and you can buy debt back at a discount, I always like to be able to do that if you can do it. But that's all I was talking about. They have it like I'm going to go back to creditors,
and
I'm going to renegotiate and restructure debt. It's ridiculous. They know it's ridiculous, but they print it out wrong purposely.
All right, so let's just be clear. Your team is saying you got to go. I know you have a lot of different interviews to do. It's good of you to accept these opportunities because it's important for the people to hear these distinctions in what's reported versus what you say is on the table from you. And that
well, there's so much misreporting. I mean, the press,
that's why we ask you to come on.
Dishonest.
That's why we ask you to come on.
And they know it's wrong. Like, you have a lightweight, a real dope.
Mr. Trump, they say you have to.
Named Jennifer Rubin, who spoke about, I didn't speak to Rubio. Well, I have spoken to Rubio. And then she said, I never spoke to Ryan. Well, I have spoken to Ryan. And, you know, she's living in a time warp or something.
All right.
You watch her.
Don't worry. Look, there are going to be a lot of talking heads. There are going to be a lot of talking heads say a lot of different things. What I offer you is this.
Someday you'll put good people on about Trump, you know, one of these days.
But anyway, what I want is to have you on. That's why I offer you these opportunities, not to be unfair, to be fair, and to give you the chance to correct what you say others get wrong.
I'm on.
And to be tested. Thank you for being here today. Your team is saying you've got to get going, but I appreciate the time on New Day. I want to talk to you, not about you. Thank you for being with us.
Good. Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you very much.
All right. There's Donald Trump saying that people have it wrong on two major issues from the weekend that you'll see in the headlines today. We're going to take you through that and everything else that happened in our interview right after this.